Hi, welcome back. Here we are aboard Peter Duck, just waiting for our, I think, third major snowstorm of the winter. Should be coming in pretty soon this evening. So we're going to try to sneak in a quick video about a new product that we've actually never installed before, and really I've only played with for a few minutes on the bench. But when I started learning about it, I decided that was something we wanted to install on this boat. And I think it's something that probably a fair number of our customers, especially those on moorings or those who anchor out a lot, are probably going to be interested in. This product is the Maretron RFK-001. And what it is it's a remote key fob switch. So it's really designed for a more complex digital switching setup, but I'm not putting that in this boat, and I'm going to use it for something much simpler. I'm going to use it for basic lighting. So when we come up to this boat in the dark, in the dinghy, be it on a mooring or at anchor or even on a low dock that's poorly lit, it can be a little difficult with headlamps or flashlights to not blind everybody and to easily climb up and down without ending up in the water. This device is going to solve that problem for me, and it's also going to give us a little bit of added security in that we can turn the lights on and off at the push of a button, from not just the breaker panel, but I can do it from my bunk or from the dinghy as we approach. Doesn't really matter where. I think the range, I don't remember what they say the range is, but when I tested it in the parking lot, I got well over 100 feet away, worked fine. So let's look at this product. Maretron is a company that's been around for a bit. They were recently acquired by Raymarine. That's kind of how we learned about this individual piece. When we started learning more about their products, we'll go into some of their other new stuff when I put in tank senders in this boat for tank levels. But for today, we're working on the RFK 001. Just tiny little device that you wire in. You don't actually see it. And it has comes with a pair of key fobs. This system with 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can have 4 switches on here. They can be 24, 12, or I think all the way through 230 AC. Each unit, each receiver unit can only be 1 voltage. So you can have it be 110 AC, or you can have it be 12 volt DC or 12 volt, or I'm sorry, 24 volt DC, but it can't do multiples. So if you had multiple voltages throughout the boat that you wanted to do, you would have to use a different device. If it's going through digital switching, it can control all that stuff through digital switching, not a big deal. It's got 4 switches, so 4 buttons. One of them is a double throw, the other 3 are single throws. In my instance, I'm going to use a single throw. I'm just turning a light on or off. Up to 5 amps per relay, so per button you can have 5 amps, and really what you have to do is you bring your own wire in, and then it will throw the relay and send it out. It also has to be powered because it has an RF receiver in it. So the lights that I'm interested in turning on for this boat are this is kind of a spreader light. It's going to go on the wind vane, or on the mast for the wind generator that I have on the transom. It angles, it twists, it turns. I'm going to mount it so that it basically points down at the aft end of the sugar scoop, so that as we approach in the dinghy, we can see where the steps are. We can easily grab on. You don't have to be trying to hold a flashlight and groceries, or helping the kid up the boat, or whatever it may be. So we're going to have 1 light there, and then the other light that I'm going to have be on a switch is going to be on our mast. And I think everyone's probably seen these before. This is my new marine beam foredeck and steaming light combo. So the other light that I want to be switched is going to be this foredeck light here. So this is way up on the mast, and this is the steaming light. The light shines down on the foredeck, kind of at the windlass and bow area. That's the other light I want to have come on. So both of those lights, they're LEDs. They don't draw very much. They're also not super bright lights, but that's okay. We're not looking for blinding. We're just looking for making it easier to move and things like that. So we're going to wire both of those in, see how that goes. I obviously don't have a mast in the boat right now, and with the shrink wrap on, I'm not going to be climbing up the wind generator. It's also getting really windy out, so that thing's cranking around charging the batteries up. Don't want to get anywhere near those spinning blades. That's going to have to be a spring project, but we can demonstrate it here. So let's do that. The wiring on this is really simple. Just got to open up the box. Once you take the lid off, you have your whole lineup of switches. This is the antenna. It needs to be powered because it is a receiver. So these would be your 4 switches. This is your power into it. First, I'll wire it up for power. I wired it up quick. Looks messy here. It'll look cleaner in the boat. You need a power support source coming in and then the wire going out. In my instance, I'm going to have these lights be powered by 2 different methods. So the switch will be able to turn the lights on and off, but the breaker will also be able to turn them on and off because I want to be able to turn on my foredeck light from the panel. Same with the aft light that's pointed at the transom. I want to be able to do those at the panel if I want, or via the key fob. The breaker's easy, on, off, no problem. Key fob, I need to also then turn the light on and off via the key fob. If the key fob is on, if I turn the light on via key fob, I can't then turn it off at the breaker. It has to happen this way. I'm sure we could find a way to wire it and all that stuff, but this is just not that hard. So I'm gonna have the key fob and one there. One thing I forgot to mention, if you forget and go swimming with the key fob in your pocket, it's okay. This thing's waterproof. That's really, really nice, especially if we're gonna, attach it to a going ashore bag or whatever. Be nice to have it go. Instead of wiring this into the boat electrical, I'm just gonna use my Milwaukee 12-volt battery to test it. We've now got it all wired together. Negative, positive. I had to double check because my eyes could barely read it, but there we go. So now it's wired up. I'm powering the receiver. So you can see the receiver is here. It's powered. I could be, I think they say 65 feet, but I've been well over 100. And we'll go for button 1, which should be my transom light around here. Push the button, there it is. Push the button again, it's off. On, off. Super easy, really like it. Very convenient. If I want my foredeck light on, I'll just push button 2. Here's my foredeck light. Same thing, turn it off. If I want them both on, I can do that too. 1, 2. There we go. They're independently powered, independently fused, not in this instance because I'm using the battery, but on the boat. So, one being on shouldn't impact the other in any way. You can have up to 4 on, again, 5 amps each, and super easy. So there it is. Again, this is the Maretron RFK-001. I'm going to be powering those off of 24-hour power so that even if my battery switches are off, I'll have the ability to turn these on as I approach the boat, be it on a mooring or on anchor or whatever it may be. Or laying in my bunk with the second key fob, which is in here, and I hear a bump in the night or something like that, I can turn on and light up my whole boat. That makes it easier for me to go up and check the anchor if I need to, or perhaps discourage someone who was eyeing my outboard. So looking forward to that. I think probably this will be a good fit for a lot of mooring people, especially those of you coming out to your boats on Friday nights or whatever it may be after a work week. If you have any questions about it, reach out to us at Dockside. We're around. It's the Maretron RFK-001. Pretty excited for it. and think it's going to be a really nice, easy solution for 24-hour lights on your boat if you want them, and being able to come up to the boat in the dark without having to find your battery switches and the keys and get below and do all that before you can have light. If you have any questions, reach out to us. If you have any thoughts on what I should use buttons 3 and 4 for, open to that as well. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Take care.